What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you guys for the week of December 2nd. We're finally into December. Wow, can't believe it. Yeah, so excited. Anyway, let's get right into this video. So last week was the 25th of November. I think that's the month before December. But yes, it was the 25th, and yeah, it's been a pretty interesting week. It's been pretty successful, I guess you can say. It's been pretty productive. I haven't done some things that I really wanted to do, but I've moved on to other things, and I've started to get through some other things that I've had in my backlog, or whatever you want to say. I've had these games that I've wanted to get done. So anyway, last week I talked about how I wanted to get done a few games and start, basically keep working on stuff. And the games I wanted to get done this week were Guitar Hero Live. I keep talking about it, and Drawn to Death. So Guitar Hero Live servers actually went down on, I think it was Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday. Sometime Saturday, the Guitar Hero Live servers went down. So I hopped on. I was doing all I have to do in Guitar Hero Live is the 20 million points in quick play. So I hopped on and did about 5 million points. So I'm about a quarter of the way done that. I'll probably get around, up to around 18 million points and then stream the rest. So look out for that. But that's about all I did in Guitar Hero Live, not too much. The other big game that I wanted to kind of finish last week, but it ended up not happening, was Drawn to Death. This just keeps getting pushed off. I'm not too worried about it because the servers do go down in March, so there's plenty of time to do it. But I'd rather get it done sooner rather than later, because I don't want to be waiting until, the beginning of March, or, 2 weeks before the servers go down to then start playing it. So anyway, Drawn to Death, didn't really play any of that, and Guitar Hero Live play a little bit of that. The other game was Uncharted 2. Didn't really play that at all. It was the same thing with Drawn to Death. I mean, we just couldn't get people together all week, and there was other reasons why we didn't boost, so I'll talk about that a little later on. And Transformers, I wanted to get through the DLC and stuff, but that ended up not happening, just because of other things. So the big thing that happened last week, and kind of why none of that really got done, was Red Dead Redemption 2. So on, I think it was Tuesday, the Red Dead 2 Online released for people that had Ultimate Edition or whatever. And I planned on getting home that night and playing it, but I didn't get home that night from work until about 10:30ish. Last week I worked about 10 hours overtime at work, so I didn't play too many games during the week. But I missed the first night of Red Dead 2 Online. Kind of disappointing. So Wednesday night rolled around, came home, hopped on that, and played that. So I played Red Dead 2 Online Wednesday night, a little bit Thursday night, and then what ended up happening was on Friday. Friday was when they released the beta, the online beta, to everyone on PS4, I believe. And essentially, what ended up happening was, you would play the game and the application would just randomly crash. It would just crash all the time. So I think we were playing, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday night we were playing, and the game crashed about half a dozen times within the span of about a half an hour. So it got to the point where I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm gonna wait until they kind of like stabilize it to hop back on. It was really fun to play earlier in the week. It was working fine when you had the less people on. When you had the people that just played day one on, it was working perfectly fine. It was really fun to play. The missions were fun. It was fun to play with your friends. It was fun to do stuff. Fun to play the PvP modes. All that was fun, but it just sucked because once they kind of let everyone on, they let everyone in, then it really tanked. And it wasn't just like disconnecting and stuff like that. Like the whole application was crashing. Don't know what's up with that. So I would like to get back on Red Dead 2 Online and play it because it was really fun. I want to just play it just to play it because it's really fun. But I'm gonna wait until they put a update out to kind of stabilize it. And some news on Red Dead 2, I guess, is that people have been earning the platinum. You see, there's 14 platinum achievers now. Probably more than that. 15. There's 15 platinum achievers. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to finishing the single player up. I really would like to soon, but I played this game for about a week and a half, straight, week and a half to it was probably about a week and a half straight, and it kind of I don't know. I kind of got burnt out a little bit, but now I kind of want to get back into it. So so yeah, the hardest thing with online. So actually, I'll talk about this because I know I speculate a little bit with the online, and I can kind of go into how difficult the online actually is. The online is going to be extremely easy. So the one thing that I was skeptical about was this 5 gold belt buckle awards, and honestly, they're really easy to get. They work the same way as the platinum awards in GTA Online. And there's plenty of gold belt buckles to get, so it's not like you're limited to doing all of them. Like 5 isn't all of them in the game. Like I think I played one night and I already have 3, so uh, fairly easy. Or in the first night that I played, I got 3, so they're fairly easy. Going down, the intro, you'll do that when you boot the game up. The series, easy enough. 10 missions from characters around the world, easy enough. 5 free roam events. They're easy, but you just have to wait for them to pop up. When you're playing, something will just pop up on the screen. It'll say, "Do you want to join this event?" And then you just join it. It's a free roam event. You just do it, and then you have to do 5 of them. The 5 gold belt buckles pretty easy. That MVP trophy is there's there has to be some way to boost it, but I'm not sure how to do it yet because again, I only played the game for 2 nights, so I'm not really sure. It seems to be not that rare compared to everything else on here. Like even like the gold belt buckles is rarer than that. So I don't know. I think there might be a way to do that somehow, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really looked into that one too much, but it shouldn't be too difficult. And then maybe when they do the private mode, when the full online mode releases, you'll be able to do it that way. But I don't know. I don't know because it says in a round with at least 4 players. So you would assume that there's some game mode out there where you can have 4 players. Every game mode that I've seen has been like at least 16. So, I don't know about that. Concurrently own 5 horses. That isn't difficult. It just costs a lot of money. And if you know anything, or if you've heard anything about the game, money is extremely hard to come by for some reason. I don't know if the economy is just broken at the moment or what, but it's pretty hard to come by money. So I think to own 5 horses concurrently, you need to pay around $1,000 just to buy the stables for them. Then you either have to buy the horses or wrangle them, and then you got to pay the upkeep in the stable. So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Rank 10 and rank 50, not too bad. I know there's an exploit going around for the rank 50 one. I wouldn't even worry about it. You'll get rank 50 by the time you do everything else, so it's not even worth doing that. The counter arrival posses in free roam, easy. You'll just be playing in a posse that's doing a mission. Will be riding around and you just got to go disrupt them and stop them from their mission. Kind of a dickhead move, but you need it for a trophy. The 5 camp improvements, that's expensive. 25 pieces of ammunition, expensive because you have to buy the stuff from the fence. The persistent posse costs $200, so kind of expensive, but not that bad. Crafting 20 items, excluding ammo. I don't think that's too bad. I think you can do that through like cooking stuff, so that's not too bad. Selling 20 items to the butcher, easy. Picking 25 herbs, easy. And completing a free roam mission as part of a posse with at least 2 people, easy. So the online, compared to the single player, the online in this is very easy. Let's just say that. I'm just waiting for them to actually stabilize the game and make it playable to then go back in and get some of this stuff. So it kind of sucks. Anyway, next we have Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. This was a game I started back before Thanksgiving because I went away and I brought my PS3 and I wanted to just play something new. So I played Soul Calibur 2 and it was fun. I streamed this on, I think that was Saturday night. I streamed that, got that platinum, so that was fun. A really good game. If you haven't played it, I would suggest to play it. It's very easy. It's very user friendly. It's easy to get used to playing as well. So if you're not really into fighting games and you want to get into them, I would say Soul Calibur 2 is a pretty good place to start. But yeah, so we got that platinum, so that's pretty cool. Got up to platinum, I think 121. So I would like to get more platinums, but stuff happens. Next, we have Final Fantasy 15. Now, I know I've been talking about Final Fantasy 15 for the past few weeks, and finally finished the Comrades stuff for Final Fantasy 15. Feels nice to get it done. But basically, the only trophies I had left were the output trophy and then the royal sigils and the chocobo. So what ended up happening was, with the output, there's a guy in, I think, Old Lestalum, I think is how you pronounce it. In Old Lestalum, there is a fisherman that you can actually buy power from. So you can actually just use all your money to get enough power to get this 999,999. So you can kind of buy that. That's not that big of a deal. But the ones that sucked was the chocobo. So I didn't really understand how the chocobo stuff worked. I looked something up on it, and then I kind of figured it out on my own. And it was pretty easy once I got like a level 40 or 50 chocobo, I think. Something around there, I ended up getting it to 99. There were a few that I kind of messed up on getting to 99, but it wasn't too bad. It took me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to do it. Maybe not even that long. It wasn't that long. And then the royal sigils, they kind of sucked. So what ended up happening was we got 11. We had 11 sigils. Carlos, well, really, Waves and I had 11 sigils because we were waiting to play with Carlos, but he kind of was slacking some nights. So Waves and I hopped on and kind of played and leveled up. So what ended up happening was we had 11 sigils. We needed the 12th one from this one mission that was a level 80 mission, and we were getting our ass kicked in the mission. So Wave sends me this thing. He's like, you got to craft this Honabambe samurai sword. And I'm like, okay. So we craft that, get that to 99, and we're still getting our ass kicked. So then I looked up a few other things. I talked to some people. They're like, no, you need to get the dragon whisker, which is like this weapon. And I'm like, okay. So I buy the base thing for the dragon whisker, and then I'm looking stuff up online on how to like level it up. And I finally found like a way to level it up, and then I found this thing, and it's like, oh, you can use these meteorites and level stuff up. So what I ended up doing was I had 3 level 99, well, they could level up to level 99 weapons, right? So what I used these meteorites, got them all 3 to level 120, and then I leveled my golden axe up to 120 as well. Because when you use one of these meteorites on a weapon, it just levels up its base level from whatever it is plus 10 levels. So I ended up getting 4 weapons to level 120, and I ended up having a ridiculous strength and vitality. So that mission that we were struggling on before was a walk in the park. We beat it in about a minute with our new weapons and everything. And then the final boss really sucked. Like, if I didn't have that dragon whisker or those really good stats, it would have been quite the fight. But finally beat that guy, got all the sigils, and that was that. So I'm done the Comrades in Final Fantasy 15, so no more talking about that for who knows how long, because I don't know when I'll go back to that. That's just the honest truth. It was fun while it lasted. Now I know the Comrades for Final Fantasy 15 is going to get its own separate release, and I technically will have it, because if you own the Royal Edition, you'll get that standalone. So I might do it. It kind of depends if my character can transfer over. If my character and all my stuff can transfer, then I'll probably do it. But if it doesn't transfer, then I'll have to think about doing it, because it was rough at the beginning. Let's just say that. But I kind of know the ins and outs of the game, so it might make it a little easier. But anyway, that's Final Fantasy 15. Now, next we have Mafia 2. So I ended up playing Mafia 2 on stream after I finished up Soul Calibur 2. And I started doing the DLC, one of the DLCs, because this is one of the games that I really wanted to do. And I started with the Jimmy's Vendetta DLC. So on stream, I just played through, and I was doing what am I thinking about? I was doing story missions and stuff. I was basically just playing the story. So what ended up happening was I stopped that, and then right after I stopped that, I started going for this 1,000 mile trophy, which I'm still currently going for. So there's a glitch where you can drive through a building and fall through the map, and you just fall and collect miles. So I've been doing that for about a day now. Hopefully by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll have the trophy, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I've been AFKing miles, to say the least, in Mafia 2 on my PS3. But yeah, I probably won't play this unless it's on stream. So this will probably just be my stream game for who knows how long. But it's going. And then the last game is Dirt Rally. So I have a little bit to talk about with this. So This kind of came out of nowhere. If you've been paying attention, or you've been watching or listening these videos recently, you'll know that this game wasn't really ever in the talk of doing really anytime soon. But what ended up happening was, so the games that we do are kind of determined off of what games people have available at the moment. So, you know, yeah, I want to do this game, but if someone doesn't have that game, obviously I can't do it. So what ended up happening is Carlos has GameFly, and he gets games. So the way GameFly works is you can kind of put games in priority, but GameFly doesn't really look at your priority. They just give you whatever they have, really. So what ended up happening is he got Dirt Rally from GameFly about, I think, a few weeks ago. He has Dirt Rally, and I don't even remember the other game he has. So he's kind of been sitting on it, and I didn't really know this until like the other night. So we hopped on Dirt Rally tonight, or today, I should say, and we went through and did the PvP trophies, which are right here. There's only 4 of them, so they're actually really easy. You can do them in like two tournaments technically. But I'm thinking about making a multiplayer trophy guide for this video. So you guys haven't seen these videos. I talked about it last week, but I want to make these videos for basically any game that I'm doing multiplayer for, kind of just to let people know what the multiplayer trophies are and what you have to do to get all the multiplayer done, since that's basically what I do. I want to help people do that. So I'll probably make something for this, but it's a little weird because there's like these PvP trophies, but then there's also like these trophies to, get top tier in a daily event. So you have to like kind of wait for those. So those kind of suck. But, I've been playing through. I actually played some of the story today, and I'm probably going to keep playing this. I might try to get this platinumed, honestly, because I was playing through. I was having fun. It's not that much to do for the platinum. You have to kind of be skilled at racing games. Like, not to like toot my own horn or whatever, but you have to kind of be good at racing games to do this, because it's a very non-forgiving game when it comes down to it. It's very fun, but it's very non-forgiving. So there's that. So yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere as like a whoa, we're doing that. Kind of like, I know I was getting kind of frustrated with like, let's not just do random games, like let's finish stuff, but I know he's had that game from GameFly, so kind of trying to like get that done so then we can kind of kickstart the next game, so he can, send that back to GameFly and then get another one, so whatever he has from GameFly is kind of, I don't want to say that's what prioritizing, but it would be nice to get that done sooner rather than later. Plus, I would have liked to get Drawn to Death. I'm going to go back to it. I would have liked to get Drawn to Death and, work on Uncharted 2 and stuff. But our boosting partners have kind of been gone this week. So I don't know what's been going on there. It's kind of like they died or something. But that kind of left Carlos and I to, what do just we have to boost? So it came down to, he had Dirt Rally. The other game that we were going to do was MW3. So I did all the DLC in this like almost a year ago. I did this with Carlos on his other account. And then we were working on doing the Wave 15 in each Spec Ops survival mode, but then he ended up going back to the CMH account. So the CMH account has this Spec Ops survival mode trophy, but it doesn't have all the DLC done. So we kind of made like a parlay to, like, I would help him with the DLC and then he would help me with the Spec Ops kind of, so, or the Spec Ops survival. So it's kind of what we're doing there. But getting Dirt Rally, the multiplayer, done is really nice. The daily stuff kind of sucks, but it's whatever. And I'm just having fun playing Dirt Rally. It's been a fun experience over the day. I hooked the steering wheel back up and started playing, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's what I've been playing this week. What do I plan on playing in the upcoming week? I guess the goal is, multiplayer-wise, try to get back on Red Dead as soon as possible. I mean, I don't know when that'll be. I probably, might get on, every other day and see what's going on or see if they put an update out or something, but I'm kind of listening more for that rather than getting on the game and looking for myself. So, yeah. There's that. I probably will stream a few times this week since I started Mafia 2 DLC up, so that's a possibility. Again, playing through Dirt Rally. Honestly, Dirt Rally is probably going to take up a lot of my time this week just because I've just got hooked on it for some reason today. So that'll probably take up a decent amount of time. Possibly MW3. I might help Carlos finish Final Fantasy 15 if he wants to get on. And if I can get people to get back online, then I would say I would like to finish Drawn to Death and Uncharted 2, or at least work towards Uncharted 2. And then obviously, I know I say it every single week, but Guitar Hero Live, just slowly chipping away at that. It kind of sucks because it would take like, I don't really know how long. So there's a song where I can get around 200,000, like consistently 200,000 every 2 to 3 minutes. I think it's more like 3 minutes. With loading time, it's probably like 4 minutes. So, to get like 20 million, it's going to take a decent amount of time. It's going to take a few hours. And of course, the trophy that I'm going for is called Replay King. And the best thing to do is just pick a song and literally keep replaying it over and over again. Because if you don't, you have to go back, you have to load it up. And don't even get me started on the song selection in Quick Play. It's atrocious. I mean, they have such good songs on Guitar Hero TV, but that service shut down. And now all they have is these Quick Play songs, and they're so bad. Like, I didn't know you could have songs this bad. They literally have like maybe 5 good songs on the whole Quick Play. Like it's really bad. But anyway, this week it's kind of up in the air. My time will probably go more into Dirt Rally and then Mafia 3 when I stream in Guitar Hero Live. But boosting wise, it'll probably be hopefully Drawn to Death, helping with Final Fantasy 15, and maybe MW3. So I don't think we're planning on starting anything new. I still go off of this more or less when it comes down to it. So you can see Final Fantasy 15 Comrades is at the top with Drawn to Death and Uncharted 2. Last of Us I was supposed to start on Friday in another server, but for some reason I didn't get added. So I don't know how the fuck that works. I'm going to have to add someone to figure out how that works. And then you see Red Dead 2. Monster Hunter came up, so that might start sometime soon. But the big thing is once we get done Comrades, or at least once Carlos gets done Comrades, a big thing is probably going to be doing a lot of these PS3 games because, like I said last week, there's this whole thing with DLCs getting delisted and servers randomly going down and shit like that with like Blacklight Retribution, or not Blacklight, what am I talking about? Splinter Cell Blacklist, and DLCs like Operation Flashpoint, Red Rivers, I don't even know what that DLC is called, getting delisted. So there's a lot of stuff like that possibly could be going around. So I really don't want to have that happen to me where a DLC gets delisted or the multiplayer just randomly goes down on a game that I already have on my list. So trying to juggle that. So we're probably going to go like hard. Once Comrades is done, we're probably going to go hard into like strictly PS3 multiplayer, like pretty hard. So I would you might see a lot of these new guides that I'm making, these multiplayer guides, which I still want to figure out what I want to name them. So what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to put them in their own playlist. Like it's going to be its own like multiplayer guide playlist, not in like the main games playlist, but then I'll link the main games playlist to it. But they'll kind of be like mini how to platinums more or less, but just for the multiplayer. So if you're into that kind of stuff, cool. If you have any suggestions for games, I've already got one suggestion for a game, which is GTA 4, so I'll probably do that one soon. I recorded the Soul Calibur 2 one, so I just need to put that out. Probably put that out on Tuesday, and then I need to put the Soul Calibur 2 Platinum Trophy video out, which I'll probably do Wednesday, so Wednesday or Thursday. And then after that, I will upload the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen multiplayer guide, and then possibly the Dirt Rally multiplayer guide. I'm kind of waiting on Dirt Rally because I want to do the top tier daily challenges and the monthly challenge before I make that. So that'll be up in the air, but you'll probably see a video on that one as well, just because I think it would be pretty helpful. Anyway, that probably is going to wrap this up. I think I've hit everything that I wanted to hit. New games coming out next week, I don't even know, to be honest. I think Just Cause 4 comes out on Tuesday, and I don't even know. There's a lot of good games coming out in January, though, so I'm looking forward to that. But But yeah, I'm just gonna be sitting here playing some old PS3 games and boosting some multiplayer like I've been doing. Guide wise on the channel, I don't know what'll come out anytime soon. I would like to put Red Dead 2 stuff out, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of just going with the flow right now, not really trying to push out anything too stupidly fast or something like that to just make me want to hate my life more or less. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, leave them down in the comments below. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys have been playing, and you know, what you plan on playing, kind of like what I'm doing here. You know, I love to read those comments and everything, so you can leave them down below. I'll be sure to read them and reply as needed. Down in the description below, you'll find a link to a playlist which has all my platinum trophy videos. So if you want to go look at some of those and listen to those, that would you know, that'd be pretty cool, I guess, if you want to see what I've been platinuming. Hasn't been much, let's just say that. It hasn't been much, but you know, it's tough out here. You know what I'm saying? Platinums they a lot of work. I ain't doing these little baby platinums. You know, we ain't doing these baby plats yet. Maybe one day I'll do all my baby plats, but we ain't doing them now. So some good platinums coming out here. Anyway, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed and you're still listening, consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys all around sometime soon.